turn, running a bit of defensive line, and I'm sure that Rahal thought that he was going to move over and set himself up for the turn. And they talked about that in the driver's meeting. When you come down, you run your normal line. We don't want you on the inside half of the track.
So, Team Penske is down to one bullet, and that is Will Power, the man who's won 3 times this year, and he's got to chase down Justin Wilson.
For the millions living with COPD, breathing becomes a real struggle. COPD stands for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, but you may have heard of it as chronic bronchitis or emphysema. Over time, it makes it harder and harder to breathe until you feel like you're breathing through a straw. COPD is the 4th leading cause of death in the U.S. It kills 1 person every 4 minutes, and it took my grandmother. An estimated 24 million Americans are affected, but as many as half of them don't even know it. It's a race against time to spread the word about this serious disease. If you're over 35 and have ever smoked, you could be at risk. The good news is, there are steps you can take to improve your symptoms. I'm Danica Patrick, and I drive for COPD. Take action today to breathe better tomorrow. Join the movement at driveforcopd.com. Take our screening questionnaire today and talk to your doctor.
My boyfriend has one.
My girlfriend, my older sister.
She has 2 kids.
My college roommate who lives up north.
My mom. My neighbors.
Our neighbors.
My daughter.
My daughter.
We were in the same class in elementary school.
My boyfriend.
My parents.
Our parents. My lovely wife.
And my husband has one.
Yeah, as well as a fellow I work with.
My girlfriend, she moved out east.
I'm a city girl.
Everybody knows somebody who loves a Honda. Who do you know?
I love this city. Boom, 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 boom.
ABC Tuesday, September 21st.
Show you right down.
These are the detectives
that
are protecting this city.
Take you home with me.
Any way they can.
I'll put you in my house. Stay back, stay back. Boom, 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 boom.
You know where you are? This is homicide.
ABC's Detroit 187 premieres Tuesday, September 21st. For an extended sneak peek, go to abc.com, the online home of ABC.
Tuesday, can the wildest cast of characters survive TV's most terrifying obstacle course? High-flying hijinks, the wackiest, most daring contestants take on Shapeshifter, Wrecking Balls, and the Shake-a-Rater. All new ABC's Wipeout, Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ABC. Well, back here at the race leader, there is your race leader. As we take a look at our Firestone lap leaders, Justin Wilson has taken over the most laps led, as you can see, by 3 and counting over Dario Franchitti. We've had a total of 5 different leaders with 5 lead changes in today's race. Oh, no, we've got another crash. Oh, it is Matos, and now the 20th incident involving a KV racing machine, and that looks like the 8 of Viso, or...
Yeah, they were running together on the course, so one's going to presume that EJ, who's had a good weekend here, has been running up in the top 5. Thought he might have a shot at the top 6 in qualifying, but just didn't get that portion of it done.
You can see exactly where the race leader is in. Oh, no, and Paul Tracy, something happened to him. I don't see any damage on the car, but this is going to cost him a lot of position. He was running in 17th. That is down in the turn 3 section. He's trying to get the multiple safety crew to fire the engine so he can get back into the battle, and they do. There's Ryan Briscoe, as you saw on side by side. He got a new front wings assembly. And Rafa is climbing out. Let's go back and take a look to see what happened.
All the cars spreading through here, and Danica Patrick sliding on the inside of her teammate Marco Andretti. And then with the bottleneck there, it looks like Alex Tagliani was trying to get past Rafa Matos. And in the end result, he gets into the wall. And then we're going to end up finding what's going on with Tracy. Hard on the brakes coming into the turn. Looks like he's overcooking it just sideways. And good thing he didn't take out Simone Di Silvestro, because he was just really out of control.
On board with the Paul Tracy as we go to break, and Simona, she's running 12th right now. as that was the battle at the time, and Paul has fallen back. We'll be back with more after this from our ABC stations.
Back on the streets of Toronto, the IZOD IndyCar Series still under caution after that multiple car incident. But one thing that has not been in question today is the performance of the 22 car of Justin Wilson. For Brian Reinbold, dominated the early stages of the race, back in front again. Larry Curry, you came in, you had one lap on those red tires that you put on his car. You've got enough fuel to the end. You gave him a little front wing. Any concerns at all as we tick off these final laps here from the front of the field?
No, you're always concerned when you got Will Power and Dario Franchitti sitting behind you, but I think Justin's got a good enough horse to pull this off. So we're in good shape on our tires. We've ran far enough so the Z-Line car is ready to go, and he'll go finish the deal. What's been the key for you guys this weekend? You've been so good from the time you rolled off the truck. We had to have a bit of a regroup after we all came out of Watkins Glen very disappointed. We went home, got everybody together and talked about it and said we got to get better. But it isn't just on the performance on the racetrack, it's in the pits, it's everywhere. So our first pit stop, we lost a few positions. The second one, we beat them out. So I think the message got across. Indeed, it's been a total team effort for the Brian Reinbold unit here today. Justin Wilson continues to lead on the streets of Toronto. The finish of the race is just ahead as we go side by side on ABC.
All right, let's set up the calendar for you because the Fram Autolite NHRA Nationals tonight, 6 Eastern on ESPN2. Then NASCAR Now tomorrow at 5 Eastern on ESPN2. NASCAR Nationwide Series is at O'Reilly Raceway Park in Indy Saturday evening, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. And then, of course, our Sprint Cup Series coverage begins with the Brickyard 400 presented by Golden Corral next Sunday at noon Eastern on ESPN. And the IZOD IndyCar Series is at Edmonton next Sunday, 5 Eastern, with our friends at Versus. We're going to take one more quick break because we're still under our 5th caution here at Toronto. Stay with us. Back here in the streets of Toronto, coming through turn 11, the race leader, Justin Wilson, as we go back to green flag racing with now 14 laps to go as we go across the stripe. Will Power trying on the outside, and boy, does he get a great pass.
That was a result of Justin Wilson trying to get on the gas through 10 and 11. The back end stepped out from underneath him. Now he's going to have his work cut out for him to try and get past Will Power.
Power, who has won 3 times this year on the road and street courses, takes the lead away on this restart. Dario Franchitti third. Look at the back, Shimbiak in the back, trying to squeeze through. Ryan Hunter-Reay. Oh, and there's contact with Scott Dixon, and Dixon's into the wall. Is there serious damage, or can he continue? Look at Tony Kanaan weaving his way, trying to get around his teammate. So far, no view of the number 9. Dixon is still in that corner, we're being told by officials. And there he is. And yes, there's damage. So for Scott Dixon, who is 3rd in the points coming into this race, he has got damage on that right front suspension. Oh, it's Justin Wilson is turned around. That is at the exit of turn number 8. He gets it spun around, back on course, and all of a sudden, this race has changed dramatically. You see where the race leader is. Scott Dixon's trying to limp his way back to the pits. And Will Power now has about a 1-second lead over Dario Franchitti.
And yellow caution periods with the restarts to follow always can change the complexion of the race. And certainly that happened here for those 2 drivers.
Ryan Hunter-Reay right there with Tony Kanaan right behind him. The 6 of Ryan Briscoe. Briscoe is 2 laps down, however. A little bit further back, Graham Rahal is running 5th now. Danica Patrick is up to 6th.
And I'm not sure that Ryan Hunter-Reay maybe doesn't have a little damage on his car, because it seems like he has problems putting the power down. Back end wants to step out from underneath him. Now Tony Kanaan will see that, and he'll just have to time his pass correctly so he can get around him.
And there is the damage on the left front suspension, the wing assembly on the number 9 of Scott Dixon.
I remember having a conversation at Barber Motorsport Park with Scott Dixon earlier in the year at the test there, and he said, if I'm going to win the championship, we have to have a mistake-free season. This will cost him dearly in the points championship.
If he cannot get back out, this would be the second DNF of the year, and it looks like this one could be pretty much terminal because that suspension